Hello, people. It's your man Santa Claus once again. How you Nade? What's up? What's happening? How is the Easter Monday? Wow, it was somehow everywhere is dry, no movement, indoors, 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 and we're used to normally going out to celebrate. But what can we do? That is the current situation now. I hope you all are keeping safe. Please do. We need you alive. Alright, for today we'll be talking about child abuse and domestic violence. This is a topic that cannot be overestimated or overrated because these things happen in our homes, in our society, and lots of people have suffered certain tragedies while growing, and it affects them till they die, even in their adult age. And there are some it's rather unfortunate, but let us try to see what we can discuss about these particular topics. Now, child abuse is the physical, emotional, and sexual mistreatment of a child that causes long-term or permanent damages to the person. The damages can be diverse. It can be psychological, it can be physical, it can be emotional, it can also be in different ramifications. And this is a common occurrence in our country. In the north, if you go to the northern part of the country, you find out that we have lots of children doing almajiri. Excuse me, almajiri. The girl child is even more exposed because them early marriage. You have higher cases of VVF in the north because these girls they are underage and they give them out for marriage to people that are old enough to be their parents. And then in the southern part, you find out children are mostly hawkers. They are not going to school, they are being mistreated for one reason or the other. This is a very pitiable situation because these children are the leaders of tomorrow. So if they don't have a good foundation, then what happens to the nation? That's something some of us don't even care about. The both male and female are exposed to these abuses, but excuse me, but the female child is more vulnerable to be assaulted, especially sexually. We have high cases of rape, girls being raped. We have little or no cases of boys being raped, but it happens. Maybe the ladies have said, okay, we have you in mind and we want to do something to you that, yes, we give you a mark. Okay? Now, what is domestic violence? Domestic violence is the violence that is perpetrated within a marriage, a household, or a situation whereby you are cohabitating with somebody, that you are living with somebody legally or illegally. It is the violence that takes place within a living section. It can be a family household, it can be, let's say, in a host in like let's say in on campus where you have rented your own house and you have people. So we'll try and discuss these things. Okay, now what are the causes of child abuse? Wow, the causes of child abuse are numerous, but let us start with one that is just obvious: wickedness. Sheer wickedness. You cannot be kind to a child that is vulnerable. You are so hard hearted that you can actually inflict pain on a little child. For crying out loud, what the fuck are you thinking? What's wrong with you? Okay, so as many a times the female children that get raped are raped by family members, especially their uncles, their friends, and co. Okay, in situations whereby the girl is an orphan, or the child rather is an orphan, then the person taking care of the child is an uncle or an aunt or so. Then if it's in the case of a lady now, she starts growing up, she's beautiful, she has a big ass, nice titties, nice shape, and then the uncle starts looking at the girl and wants to now take advantage of her. It is a pitiable situation, but this is happening. It's bad. We should stop these things. You take advantage of the girl, you rape her, you inflict so much pain on her that lasts. Some people go as far as saying, I will not even get married again. Some of us guys now are even suffering because of the atrocities that others created, that others caused. But I refuse to pay for someone else's crime though. I will pay for my own crimes. I'm man enough to do that. But wickedness is a very, very big topic. And there are some cases in the male child now, they will send the boy out, go out and hawk, go out and hustle. You see, small boy will send him to apprentice in a mechanic when the boy is supposed to be going to school, when the girl is supposed to be going to school, and they don't bloody care. And maybe their children are there, doing well, but these children that are not biologically theirs, they are the house girls. They will sleep late, they wake up early, they do all the house chores, and their children are just there. They give them the little rations to eat. This is wickedness of the highest order. We need to stop these things. There is God, oh, like say patience, you don't tell now. Okay, oh, now we have another cause of child abuse is sexual perverts, pedophiles, rapists. As a matter of fact, those people should be put to jail when they are caught. Because as an adult, you have ladies that are of your standard, ladies that can take you. Crying out loud, these people are underage, teenagers, adolescents, just growing, and then you now take advantage of them because they are cheaper. You don't want to buy a girl fish, you don't want to buy her beer. This one is just sweets, chewing gum. And some go as bad as even drugging these girls, drugging these boys, taking them wayward, spoiling their lives. And you sit down there and you open your dirty, stinking mouth and say the government is not treating you well, when you cannot even treat your own younger ones correctly. What is that? Those people should be put to jail. They should be flogged publicly, embarrassed, so that it will make the ones that are in the business to stop. Can you? They will say catch them while they are young. Why can't you go and catch your mate? What's that? Who does that? It's even annoying myself. Okay, now another reason is unstable homes. Unstable homes where the parents are highly irresponsible. The father is a drunk, the mother is a petty trader with little or no effect in the family. You find out that these children are loose. They do what they want, they go out without control, they come back when they want, they do as they wish. But children will always be children. They go and fall victims in the hands of people who are just there ready to spoil them. In this world that we are, if you want to grow, there are people there that are waiting to help you grow. If you want to rot, there are people that have rot, that they don't have hope. They are looking for customers that will go down to the ground with them. The choice is yours. It is your choice. It is where you lay your bed, you will lie on it. But parents have a role in training their kids. But in an unstable home, there are no morals, there are no rules. Anything goes. And at the end of the day, these children are the ones that are put in so much risk. You see them, the boys end up armed robbers, the ladies prostitutes. Let us rethink ourselves, please, because the development of our country starts from the family level. If the family level is so unbalanced, then we have a lot of work to do. We can go on, but let us take these ones for now. Now, what are the effects of these abuse, this child abuse? What are the effects? You find out that the children that are abused, they are emotionally unstable. They are always nervous. They are always scared because they are used to not being they are used to people not being nice to them. So they are always on the guard, wanting to protect themselves. And I always say that if survival is your major aim, then you cannot prepare for tomorrow. Such people don't have plans for tomorrow. All you live for is today. And when you live only for today, you don't have no foresight. They are emotionally unstable. And someone that is emotionally unstable cannot be productive. Okay, as it is now, I'm having heartaches. I'm scared to go home because I might be abused. Especially the okay now they send you out to go and hawk and then something bad happens like maybe the goods they gave you to sell, something happened, they poured on the ground and you didn't sell or you didn't meet up with the demand that they said you should meet up with, you would definitely be scared to go home because you know they'll give you one hell of beating. They will beat the living hell out of you. And if it's in the case of the ladies that are being raped, you'll be scared to sleep at night because you know that your uncle that is supposed to be your father is now the one that's turned to your husband. Ha! Yeah, 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 yeah. Wahala deo. Okay, you now also have psychological trauma. You see, the emotional has to do with your heart, and the psychological has to do with your brain, or rather, the psychological has to do with your mind, whereas the emotion has to do with your heart. If your mind is unstable, you can never get anything right because the mind is where you are unlimited, where you can go beyond borders, where you can be Superman with Hawk and Thanos. All these characters put in one person, you can be that kind of person in your mind. It is in our minds that we stay limited, and that's why we don't go beyond borders. So, someone that has been reduced to be psychologically unbalanced, that person can hardly be productive. So, which is the reason why I don't blame some people for their psychological inertness. Those such people they don't even go to school because you that they are abusing you, you are a slave. Does the slave the slaves go to school? You'll be denied of your basic human rights, right to education, right to life, right to property. You are the property. I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of such people. I personally have suffered my own part in life. We all have our stories to tell, but they say if you are kind, it is because if you are a giver, it is because you know how it feels not to have. That's why you are a giver. In my own life, I've suffered psychologically more than physically, but here we are today still. Now we have the physical imbalance. This in the case of where there is physical molestation, case where they are beaten, cases where they are starved, cases where they are being maltreated in a physical way. We hear on the news of cases whereby because you stole a meat from the pot, they carry hot iron and burn you. I saw a video the other day. A woman was beating a little girl with a machete. You can imagine how wicked people can be with a machete. How heartless are you? Okay, well, then we have the effects again. One of the effects again is imbalanced development. A child that is not going to school, a child that doesn't have time to read, a child that doesn't have time to write, a child that is always on guard trying to protect his or her dignity, that child can hardly be productive. The child will be only used by the guardian or whoever is taking care of him or her. You will just be using this child or the child to actualize his own dreams. The child has no dreams because all he has to do is serve the master, and the master does not even want the progress of the child. The master doesn't want the child to even learn how to think, much less thinking. There was a song, they think of how to think. They don't even think of how to think. All they think about is how to work and make their so-called masters happy. So how can that person be productive? The person cannot be productive. The person cannot develop. The person will be stagnant, frustrated, and hardened. Such people, when they want to do evil, they do it wholeheartedly because all through their lives they have been seeing the bitter part of life. They are having so much bitterness and hatred in their heart that they can do anything just to get even. And this, in the long run, will affect our families. In turn, it will affect our society, and in turn, it is affecting our country. So, having said all this now, what are possible solutions to curb this predicament? Parents should please take care of their children. Be responsible parents. Responsible parenthood. Provide for your children. Talk to your children. Yes, nobody plans for bad things to happen, but bad things do happen. You should be able to have foresight as a parent to secure your child's future should you or should you not be alive. We have when their children child's accounts, even though it is 500 they are putting every month, it is something. 500 every month, like that, like that, like that, like that. At least you save for your child. It can be an education trust because the best thing you can give to your children is education. When you are educated, you give them that foundation. They have the intellectual capacity to stand and do something reasonable. It's not just about getting the certificate. It's all about having that knowledge. Once you have that knowledge, they can be useful to themselves. Entrepreneurship, teach them handworks, engage them. It is the responsibility of parents to do that. Then government should set up institutions. Yes, we have other institutions. We have institutions like a NAPTIP. We have some institutions that have been put in place to curb child abuse and child trafficking. But how effective are these institutions? The institutions should formulate and implement better policies to safeguard the rights and privileges of children. Personally, the way I see it, children are the hope of tomorrow because my own generations, we are gone. We don't have a thing. All we care about is money. We don't care about morals. We don't care about values. All we care about is making the money and impress. But these children that are coming up, if we can train them and teach them better ideas, better morals, then I see hope. So the government has a lot to do also to help, and well-meaning citizens also should report cases of child molestation, child abuse, so that because the government cannot do everything themselves, it starts with you and me also. We have our own role to play. When you see a family whereby a particular child is always being maltreated, you can, yes, you can mind your business, but at the end of the day, if that child dies, the whole place has a responsibility. So you play your responsibility while the child is still alive. You talk to the parents or you report to the authorities that this is what is happening because it cannot continue like this. It's not good. We have beggars on the street. You see, like mostly in the north, the parents are so irresponsible that they are the husband is a bike man, Okada. The woman sells Akara, and they will have the man that is Okada. We have four wives. and I have 15 children. Okay, how do you want to feed them? How do you want to take care of them? They are a nuisance. These children will become social nuisance and will turn to social vices to survive, huh? Making them victims of unforeseen predicaments, using them for blood money, using them for car. Oh, another possible solution is to show love and kindness. Go to the motherless babies, show them love. Go to families where orphans, show them love. Be kind to your neighbor, show love. It doesn't take anything from you to show love. I believe in your Christian faith, they say, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. In the Islamic faith also, love is preached. We have so much religion that preach whatever, but there are so little religions that preach that enables us to love. Why is it so difficult to show love? We need to, please, let us try our best. It's pathetic. When I see the plight of children, it pains. It's painful. Because these people are the leaders of tomorrow. And the perpetrators of such acts, of such brutality, of such child abuse, of raping, they should be punished. Like I said, publicly, they should be whipped, flogged naked, paraded in the streets. So that those that are wicked too will try and stop it. How can you so ah, wow, wow. Okay, that being said, domestic violence. This is another thing entirely, because domestic violence is a situation whereby the, there is physical. It's almost the same case with child abuse, but just that this one is not the child. This one is only the case of the parents. The parents are always physically abusing themselves, fighting. Parents are fighting. Mommy is beating daddy. Daddy is beating mommy. Daddy has gone to drink. He's drunk. He's coming back home drunk. And the mommy didn't prepare food where he wants. He starts beating her. There are few causes of such issues. Okay, there's a family I know. The man needs to provide, but he's now weak and old. Although not that old, but due to the situation of the country, he turned to alcohol. When he comes back, his wife beats him. But in many cases, it's always the women that are the victims here. Beat them blue black because you are transferring your aggression to her. Oga, she didn't beg you to come and marry her. Why would you now be maltreating her? My grandma always say, if you love someone, you love the person's dog also. So if you don't love your wife, how can you love her children or your children? There's no way. Now, what are this scenario always rise in forced marriages, especially in cases whereby it was boyfriend girlfriend, lover lovey sweetie sweetie, back on a knock small time belle come, she's pregnant. And then the parents say, no, you must marry our daughter. After all, you cannot just come and, yeah, impregnate our daughter and then let us have a bastard at home. No, you must marry her. You are not prepared for marriage. And marriage is a big task. Then what happens? Your life becomes miserable, stagnant. Then you end up beating the woman, abusing her physically, mentally, eh, emotionally, psychologically. It's bad. What are the effects of these things? The children are always not. Uh, ah, yeah. Okay, it happens again in cases whereby parents choose wives for their children. Allow me to make the choice I want. For crying out loud, this is the wife I hope to stay with for the rest of my life. You do not go and choose for me. If your parents did that for you, that was then, this is now. Allow your children to make decisions for themselves. Let them choose who they love, who they are friends with, and you too, before marrying, know the person you are marrying. Some people are very, very unbelievable, but for every person there is a pair. Know your match. Don't go and marry for the sake of money, for the sake of he buys me jewelries. Marry someone that you know you'll be secure with, someone you are safe with, someone you can, exhale like and then smile. It is only when you do these things that your family will be happy. We are not running away from problems. We must have problems in our lives, but we can minimize them to the bare minimum. It's not going to be easy, but we all have a role to play in making this come to reality, to stop child abuse and domestic violence. We can't always be fighting. We need peace. In a household where they are always smiling, you find progress. But in a household where they are always fighting, this is the way they are. Wars apart. I hope we can have a change of heart, please. Let us learn to love ourselves. Only then can we grow as a country, as Nigeria, and come back to be the giant of Africa that we once were. I thank you all for listening once again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please take care of yourself. Ciao.